You meet someone, the spark is instant, electric, almost addictive. But 3 months in, you're checking your phone every 10 minutes, wondering why they went quiet. And they're wondering why you suddenly feel like, well, a lot. Welcome to this explainer on the most common relationship loop on Earth. And honestly, the one responsible for more breakups than any other. It's called the anxious-avoidant trap. If you've ever felt quote-unquote crazy in a relationship or pointed the finger inward wondering if your personality is just fundamentally flawed, please stop. You aren't the problem. You're actually caught in a highly predictable, incredibly common trap. That looping internal monologue, you know the one, the obsessive, why did they go quiet, isn't a sign of personal failure. It's actually the activation of biological survival software that was installed in your brain before you even turned 5 years old. Yeah, literally. It's just your nervous system doing exactly what it was programmed to do. And to give you a sense of just how powerful this programming is, this specific dynamic acts as the root cause responsible for up to 90% of all relationship breakups. 90%. So it's not bad luck, it is a profound clash of nervous systems. So let's look at why they magnetize. Here's the really cruel part. Anxious and avoidant people are actually drawn to each other on purpose. The anxious person is wired to seek closeness, because to them, closeness is safety. The avoidant person, though, is wired to protect their independence. So to them, distance is safety. So when they finally meet, each one unwittingly confirms the other's deepest story. The anxious one finally has someone to chase, and the avoidant one finally has someone keeping a comfortable wall between them and real intimacy. It feels like this explosive chemistry, right? But it's actually just two nervous systems recognizing a very familiar pattern. Now let's take a look inside their minds. The craver versus the defender. Inside the anxious mind, everything is amplified. The anxious brain experiences severe hypervigilance, literally treating a delayed text as a threat to their safety. From the anxious side, the internal monologue sounds like, if I just love them enough, they'll finally choose me. So they shrink themselves, overgive, keep score in silence, and, well, call it patience. On the flip side is the avoidant mind. From their perspective, it sounds more like, why is everything so intense? I just need space to breathe. To them, closeness doesn't register as comfort. It registers as a demand. So they shut the door, go quiet, and tell themselves they're just independent. But under that armor is usually the exact same fear of getting hurt. They just learn to run instead of cling. And this brilliantly illustrates the biology driving that avoidance. When an avoidant person actually starts to feel close to someone, their brain releases cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Their body is chemically interpreting intimacy as a physical trap. Crazy, right? This brings us to the cycle, pull, chase, pull, chase. Watch the loop happen. The avoidant pulls back. Maybe they just need a night alone. But the anxious brain reads that distance as a 5-alarm fire and goes into protest mode. Double texting, picking a fight, anything to reestablish contact. That pressure makes the avoidant feel entirely trapped, so they pull back harder, which makes the anxious person panic more. Pull, chase, pull, chase. Nobody is the villain here. The cycle itself is the villain. So why does it feel like love? You might wonder why people don't just leave. Well, the relationship isn't steady warmth. It's hot, then cold, then hot again. Psychologists call that intermittent reinforcement. It's the exact same psychological mechanism that makes a slot machine nearly impossible to walk away from. Those rare moments of deep connection just hit you so much harder because of the vast distance around them. The really crucial point here is that your brain actually begins to confuse the sharp spike of anxiety for the thrill of passion. Because your nervous system is constantly activated, you mistake that sheer panic for chemistry. So tragically, the worse it feels, the more in love you think you are. Eventually, you reach the breaking point. Left entirely alone, this endless looping chase has one ending. Either the anxious person finally burns out and walks away, ironically, right at the exact moment the avoidant person was starting to feel safe, or the avoidant person disappears for good, leaving the anxious partner to replay every single text, searching for the moment it all broke. It's the exact same core wound, just using opposite escape hatches. But here is how we break the cycle using neuroplasticity. Look, none of this is a life sentence. Your attachment pattern is just a habit your nervous system learned, and habits can be rewired. 3 moves to start breaking the loop today. 1. Name the cycle out loud, together. Say, when you go quiet, I panic, and when I push you, you shut down. The moment it has a name, it stops being your fault or their fault. 2. The anxious partner has to learn to self-soothe before reaching out. Sit with that panic spike for 10 minutes. The goal isn't to need less. It's to stop outsourcing your entire sense of calm to one person's reply. And move 3. The avoidant partner needs to practice the tiny reach back. You don't have to be emotionally available all night. Just delivering one simple, clear sentence like, I need space, I'll text you at 9, changes everything. That one sentence tells an anxious nervous system it's safe, and it instantly breaks the chase. That brings us to earning secure attachment. The anxious avoidant trap isn't proof that you're broken or that your partner is the enemy. It's simply two people protecting old wounds in opposite directions. But if you see the loop and name it, you stop being run by it. With that awareness, you can actively work to earn a secure baseline, the version of you that can be incredibly close to someone while remaining completely calm. In our next explainer, I'll walk you through the exact step-by-step psychological exercises you need to shift your own baseline toward secure. If you want that protocol next, drop the word secure in the comments below right now so I know to make it. Until then, ask yourself, are you reacting to the person in front of you, or are you just reacting to a ghost from your past?